Welcome to the Baseball America Prospect Pad. I'm John Manuel, joined by former LSU star and Houston Astros prospect Alex Bregman. Alex, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you coming by. I guess at the start off, off the start, number 8 prospect on our midseason top 100. Your man Dansby Swanson, one ahead of you. We've had this SEC shortstop rivalry for the last 3 years. Richie Martin, so many of you guys were drafted. I think 6 shortstops in last year's first-round pick. What's that kind of rivalry been like for you as a player, and specifically with Dansby? The two of you guys seem like you're always linked, played together with the USA team. Kind of what are those relationships like?
Oh, it's great. We talk a lot. We try and help each other out. We're always rooting for each other, and I think it's a good competition. It's good. It pushes us to try and get better at the game of baseball, and we enjoy it. It's good. It's good competition and good fun, and I'm rooting for him, and I can't say enough good things about him. He's a really good player.
And you also made him slide over to second base with the USA team while you played mostly shortstop, right? So you kind of have that over him a little bit.
He was the first overall pick, though. So
there is that. He's got you on that, but it seems like a fun competition. He's got you on flow. He's got a little bit longer hair. He seems like he likes his flow, doesn't he?
Yeah, great. He's got great hair. I have terrible hair.
But you have Albuquerque swagger,
though. Albuquerque swagger, yeah, I guess.
That's my favorite phrase. That was watching you in Fayetteville in the Coastal Plain League when you guys was like 120 degrees and muggy that day. The U.S. team is down in Fayetteville, and you made a play in shortstop, and you kind of came off the field the way that you do with that glove kind of pumping like that. The scouts behind me were like, "There's that Albuquerque swagger." So that's just kind of part of your game, though, right? I mean, the confidence, I guess you'd
definitely.
Say, right?
Try and be as confident as possible, and that all comes from the preparation that you put in, and
work.
Yeah, exactly. I feel as prepared as anybody when I step out onto the field, and that's where the confidence comes from.
Well, and it seems like that's all worked. I mean, why change? You're up in AAA. What's this first pro season been like? And I have to imagine the Futures game is a huge part of that, an honor and a great part of a first full professional season. You probably didn't expect necessarily to be here, but you probably thought that you had a shot to be here if you perform well, right?
Yeah, I think this is a tremendous honor. There's so many great players at this game, and being able to see the All-Star weekend and see how much excitement there is around the All-Star game, it's cool because you want to do stuff like that. You want to play in the All-Star game
right.
in the big leagues, and this just motivates you that much more to get there. And this is an honor. Like, I'm sure everybody in this game wishes it was the President's game, and
right.
It wasn't the Futures game, but it's a great honor, and I'm excited to go out there and compete with these guys.
I'm very disappointed that as a person who works with words that I haven't come up with President's game versus Futures game yet, so kudos to you for that. You've had a pretty accomplished career to this point. Where's this kind of rank, this in terms of College World Series and being drafted second overall, these kind of things? Where's this gonna rank in your career?
I mean, it's gonna rank right up there at the top. This is a tremendous honor. This is probably the best collection of players I've ever played with in my life, and probably the biggest stage
right.
of my life. So I think it's gonna be a blast, and I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait to get out there.
Now, in the big leagues, when you eventually get there, sooner than later, it seems like that you're in AAA already, but who are some players that you grew up wishing that, one day when I get to the big leagues, I want to face this pitcher, I want to hit against that guy? Who are some of those players you grew up wishing to face?
Well, I don't know. I always wanted to face the Yankees. I hated the Yankees growing up. They're the evil empire, and I always wanted to just play at Yankee Stadium, and I actually looked up to Jeter, but I didn't like the Yankees at all.
So that works.
I've always
those are not mutually exclusive, I don't think.
Yeah, you can still do that.
That's right.
But I always wanted to go there and play in New York, and I don't know, maybe
it's the biggest stage.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the biggest stage.
But hopefully just win a few games for the Astros and win a World Series.
Who's a coach in your career, whether it's back in Albuquerque or at LSU or even as a pro now, who's a guy who's really influenced you or helped you in a way that you're really going to remember even like 20 years back, a guy you're going to look back on as a big influence in your career?
Yeah, Jason Columbus from Albuquerque. I grew up since 14 hitting with him, and still hit with him to this day. He knows my swing better than I do.
He's the kind of guy who sees something on TV and texts you, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I'm the godfather to his kids. Like we're really close. He's family to me, and he's been great. He's helped me so much in this game. I'll never be able to thank him for it. And,
That's fantastic. That's kind of what baseball is supposed to be. Part of the thing that seems like it keeps people in the game is those relationships that you build over a course of a career, and especially for you already. I mean, a young professional, but over the amateur side of your career, that you developed some of those as well.
yeah, definitely, and he did too. I mean, I got on to first base two days ago, and Travis Ishikawa was the guy who came and took his job from the Giants, and I was asking him about Jason, my hitting coach, and
wow,
that's a relationship that's been there for 15 years. I don't know how many.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal stuff. We're with Alex Bregman here at the Baseball America Prospect Pad. Got all kinds of coverage here at baseballamerica.com and all of our social media channels.